At the start of the growing season, the rock garden beside me is probably my favorite spot in my whole yard. Things start to emerge very early, colorfully, because in large part, my creeping phlox with its gorgeous pink going over all the rocks is so amazing. So the rock garden gets an early start with color, and then it seems to also get a jump start to size. Things just start getting bigger quite easily and quickly over here. But then as the year goes on, things begin to change, and now I'm in a spot where things look awfully green. I feel like I'm lacking punch in this area, not to mention the fact that we get brutal sun and heat over here all day. So talk about an extreme full sun garden. And things have also started to kind of show their weariness at that, except for one thing. Hi you guys, this is Nicole from My Carolina Garden. My garden is located in growing zone 8B and we are in southeastern North Carolina. This right here is the beast of my rock garden. This is the Ham and Eggs Lantana. Now you guys, here's the thing about this lantana. I had no idea it was going to perform like this and get this big. This is its second year in my yard. The first year I got it in a 1-gallon pot. I paid $12.99 for it at a local nursery, and I just thought, well, I want a perennial lantana that is going to have the pink flowers on it instead of an orange one like I had in the front of my house. I liked the pink. That's it. Those are my only two parameters, pink flowers and that it was going to be perennial. Put this guy in the ground, like I said, a small pot last year, and it got huge. This year, it had, of course, died all back. All the growth had died back to the ground this year, and just the root system was alive under the ground. And then this grew up in this way just over the course of this growing season. And in fact, this year I also had a little baby that I was able to separate from this plant, which I put out into the island of misfit toys. Due to our severe lack of rainfall this year, something that did not thrive in my rock garden was this red banana tree. I had planted 2 of these into the rock garden. They are left in their pots, but their pots are buried under the ground so they could still get plenty of water. And these guys were said if they were in the right growing conditions, they could grow up to 10 feet in a growing season. That didn't happen. The last time I saw you, I said that this was the 3rd driest year in 132 years, basically since they've been keeping count of the drought and the rainfall amounts. Well, we have upgraded to this being the driest year on record. So just wanted to say that while certain things like the tropical banana tree over here that really needs its water, you can see how drought tolerant this guy must be, because he is sprawled out like the king or queen of this garden space. And I need to tame the beast a bit. Now I am wearing pants today, I am wearing hiking boots today, and it is certainly not because it is cold out. No, it is because we have to get behind that Ham and Eggs Lantana. We got to do a little bit of clipping back. I have to rescue a few things that are back there. You'll see what I mean, but I need some long pants in order to do that. I don't know if there are snakes hiding back there. I like that my little birds are kind of tucked in here, my statuary, but at the same time, I've clipped the ham and eggs back a few times to kind of make them a little bit more visible. So I am going to do that again because I don't want them being hidden. My kalanchoe is about to be taken over down here, especially the babies down at the bottom. So we need some clipping back on that. I want to make sure there's enough air circulation around my emerald green arborvitae, because not for nothing, trees are an investment. So I want to make sure my tree is okay too. And then let's see, let's pop in between these 2 arborvitaes. And this is the back area where I'm not sure if there are going to be any snakes hidden in here. First of all, this is the dreaded weed that many of us have that has the prickers on it growing like crazy back here. I'm gonna pull this out. These are my Mexican petunias right here. So they get tall, they grow in purple, but they're obviously being impeded by the gross weed. And then this is my Mexican bush sage. It is going to get even taller because it's a fall bloomer. Last year was taller than the ham and eggs. I could see it over the top. This year I'm a little bit afraid I won't be able to, but I do see some extra pieces down here that I think I might dig out and move to another area. Somewhere else I could use something tall and purple. And then here's the ham and eggs. Look at this. I have this purple heart all along the ground over here, and that's fine. It can grow wherever it wants, but the ham and eggs is on top of it, inside of it, just kind of everywhere. So let's tame the beast today, you guys, and try not to get stung by any bees while we're at it. While I have my Mexican bush sage and the Mexican petunias out of the ground fresh, I'm going to put them right into the ground here, and they're going to be in the back of the rock garden. These are pieces of wisteria to clip back. Whoop, you got a hold on my coneflower. I don't think so. Right here is my cordy line that is still coming up, perennial, growing out of the ground, obviously. This is a Nandina bush that I had moved from my front yard. It got absolutely huge back here, so I think I could cut him back a smidge too. This thing, it's all the way under there. It is so big. I can't even believe how big it is. And I really don't even know which one's gonna grow taller, but I have both specimens here. The petunias are the ones you can see standing upright. The sage was just a little wonky from the way that it was sitting underneath that weed. So that one I might have to tie up to a stake just to get it to stand up a little bit taller. But besides that, that all looks good. I'm fine with that. I will have to do some deadheading on the blanket flowers just to keep them blooming, but that's not going to happen today. I feel like I've unearthed more of the blanket flowers around, or not the blanket, the purple heart around the side there. Also made it so less of the lantana was touching the banana tree, and I could do even more than that, really. You saw some of the white stuff on the bottom, here it is, of the lantana, and I'm not even sure what exactly it is. I don't know if it's bugs, it looks like it's probably maybe aphids. But that kind of stuff is happening because the air circulation is so poor. So that's part of the reason for wanting to clip back too, to make sure we don't have problems like that. I can see my beautiful birds so much better now, and they're still covered, or surrounded, I should say, by flowers. Kalanchoe's feeling a little bit freer as well. And so things are just feeling a lot better all around. So while my creeping moss phlox is not in bloom now, but still looks okay with its greenery, see around all the different rocks, I do have a pink dahlia that's about to start to bud up and flower. So that'll be a really nice addition there. My twister pink lanai verbena, of course, looks a little wonky now from the rain that we had, because you have these flower petals that are so light and airy, and then you get them soaking wet for a couple of days, and then they start to look weird again. But I really did like the way they were going up to my ladyhead planter previously. So that once I just get this a little bit more cleaned up, that part will be pretty. And then I have my blooming and budding tropical hibiscus here in the front. This was a new addition for the summer. These were some clearance plants that I picked up. So I keep thinking, if I find other clearance items, maybe not even necessarily plants, but I am looking for decor and statuary now to really make sure that I have some color and interest filling in those spaces in my yard that aren't great at the moment. And you know what, guys? Don't beat yourselves up if you are having problem areas in your gardens, especially if you live in North Carolina, because it has been so tough. So if I can fill in some spaces of ugly with some fun decor, that would be awesome. And if I find anything, I will definitely let you know where that was. Thank you guys for coming along and sticking with me as I tackled that lantana. And hopefully if you're looking for a perennial lantana, you can get a hold of one too. Like I said, I can't believe how great that ham and eggs has been. Follow My Carolina Garden on social media for more gardening inspiration, and let's do this stuff together, you guys. And until next time, happy planting.